What is up, guys? Welcome to another live session. Today is September 7th, 2019, and we're back at it again for our Monday session. Back on the charts, and Friday we had our live NFP where we looked at euro, we looked at pound, and there was kind of people are pretty much speculating or guessing that NFP was going to be lackluster, and they failed to add 145,000 jobs. I think they added somewhere around 137,000. So we saw gold rocket, and what happened was, I think 2 minutes before the release, while we were adjusting our buy stop, it got activated, and I guess, I don't know if there was a leak or whatnot, but our take profit got hit. Gold went up, I think 20 pips on that first move, and then the next move, I think it went even higher. Because of slippage and the volatility, our take profit of 8 pips, we caught around 12 to 13, depending on your broker. So that was pretty good, and you can use that strategy for other news events. Again, today at 1 o'clock we have Powell speaking. I'm not sure if this is going to be a major market mover since he already spoke on Friday, but we'll see. This week it's pretty calm. Powell speaking again tomorrow. I don't know why he's speaking so much. And then FOMC meeting. Oh, that's why. Cool. So we have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 o'clock Wednesday. Powell is speaking pretty much every day of the week. And we have crude oil inventories. So if you're looking for that strategy that I was talking about, it's on our portal for free to watch. Let's go to live sessions, past live, and you'll see October 4th session right here. You can play it. And I guess for crude oil, you can trade this event. Maybe when Powell speaks. We're going to be going live at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, so we could be seeing a lot of volatility at that time as well. Thursday, GDP, so pound. This is going to be a major market mover, so you can also trade this. And manufacturing production. So this week, yeah, it's pretty news filled. Last week was NFP. This week we have a lot of, Powell speaking, and then we have, either GDP on Thursday for the pound or CPI for the dollar on Thursday. So this is something we can trade live as well. And then Friday we have CAD unemployment. So pretty similar week to last week in terms of the fundamentals, but it's not NFP week, so I think we should be back in our groove. And we're going to look at euro, kind of taking advantage of the dollar weakness, but our descending channel, as you can see, it's still pretty much in play, has kept us pretty restricted on the euro. And for us, the only time we're going to go long is if we do get a break of this channel. And the long won't be anything too major. It'll probably just be a move to these highs right here at 110.710. Probably 70 pips from when we get that break. So nothing too major on euro right now. We are approaching that trend line from our channel. So we would be looking for rejection from here. We've done that previously. I forgot where. I think last time when we were up here, we did have a short. What we waited for was a break of the previous low. So when we got the rejection here, we waited for the close below the previous low, and that's when we shorted. So I think that's where we're going to look for the same scenario here. Price goes up to here, and then we wait for the close below 1.09939. As confirmed to go lower, and that's what we're looking at. The euro, the European economy, especially German PMI and overall the GDP for the entire union has slowed down quite some bit since the trade war. And even before that, we've talked about this before. They're pretty much on the verge of a recession. They've done enough rate cuts and quantitative easing, but it may be looking like it's going to slip into a recession. So I don't think if there's any pair that's going to gain on the dollar, I don't think that's going to be the euro. So that's what we're going to look at. Obviously, there's not much to do for the long play. We can't even long to 1.10, 200. Pardon me, just because the trend line is coming in the middle of that. So the risk reward is obviously not good for the long trade. The best possible case is waiting for the break above to go to 110,700. Pound price action's pretty messed up. I think the whole Brexit thing kind of ruined any good plays. I mean, the last good play we had was the short from the Head and Shoulders. Since that, we've kind of stalled. Price has kind of stalled at just this at 122,800 area. We've wicked down past her a couple of times, but price has failed to close above there. If you look to the left, it has been a previous kind of swing high and a swing low. So I guess this is the place of confluence. A break below, we can go short. A break in closure, which we did not get. We could possibly long to up here. Again, the hourly, I don't know, that bias is, you can see this trend line. We're kind of in a pennant pattern, just kind of getting squeezed in. So depending on where we go with this, we could pop off. For example, if we go down here, we can get a bounce, then go higher. Alternatively, from here, we can just slip out and fall lower. So we'll see what happens. I think Powell speaking today might set the mood for all the pairs against the dollar. If he's dovish, then he'll probably be dovish for the rest of the week, and you might see pound just rocket up, similar to gold. But it's nothing too enticing right now unless you guys see something. This is the hourly time frame. Maybe the 4-hour has something. Pretty choppy. I mean, we had this initial play, snap back up, initial play, snap back up. Fake out to the top side, snap back up. So we're kind of just trapped between 123,700 to 122,800. So, a 90 pip area that's been trapping pound. Pretty sure FOMC meeting minutes and USD CPI will change this. By the Friday, we're probably gonna see a different pound, either below or above, but nothing too exciting. Let's look at gold. So, we have to remove the lines from our NFP. Damn. If you're wondering, we were plotting a lot of miniature take profits and stop loss levels. So I'm removing all the rays that we drew. Cool. Yeah, so gold, it's showing a short, and it's kind of surprising. And I mean, before I say that with confidence, pretty. I mean, if you look into the left, we can see we did get that closure below 1502, 1503 area, and that has led us to go down to 1488. We did get that close on NFP Friday, and the reason why is although the U.S. economy failed to add the forecasted jobs, unemployment went down 0.2%. So I think that's where the strength came with the dollar. So that was surprising to me. The unemployment went down, but yeah, that's what we're playing with. So if we look at the previous wicks that gold has printed, wick here, wick here, wick here, we can see a level of interest. 1496. Yeah, a break below would mean that we're going down lower. First stop would be 1488. If we look to the left, when we did get that closure below, we went even lower. So we could have a nice mega swing trade on gold. Last Monday we had a blockbuster 200 pip trade on gold. So if we can get something like that to start off the week right, that'd be great. Until then, we'll just stay out of gold just because Powell is speaking. in less than 2 hours. We don't want to rush into anything, and even then, this 1496 level, I wouldn't buy too much of it as a support. Even on the 1 hour, we've kind of reacted from there. On the 1 hour, there is a intraday setup or a scalper setup. Ideally, you want this to kind of flick back up, but if it does, oops. Something like this would be pretty nice for an intraday trade. Obviously, this candle has to close a bit more bullish than this, because this could take us down back to 1496. But if this closes like an indecision candle like the previous one, a 3.0 risk to reward ratio trade to go to 1509, 1510 region, with having 1505 as a first take profit, it's not bad for Monday. Looking to the left, that's what we've had previously. A range fill from here to here, a range fill from here to here. This doesn't really count because this is when we actually created the range itself, and so that could be an intraday play. I'll be on the lookout for that. This could be actually a nice trade for when Powell speaks from 2 hours from now. Sometimes technicals and fundamentals like to align with themselves, and if you go on the smaller time frame before he speaks, maybe some buy stops above these recent highs. 1504 could take you to 1510. So setup you can be looking at is like something like this to 1510, and stops just below 1502. So gold, pretty nice setup. I'll see it at 1 o'clock or 12:30 if this is something I'll take. But I don't think this Powell speech is going to be that big of a market mover because he already spoke on Friday. And if he was going to drop a bombshell, that would have been on Friday. But you never know what they will say. Let's look at some miners. Let's look at USDC, actually CADCHF. We do have unemployment for CAD this week, so Okay, so we do have a kind of a similar setup on CADCHF. We previously shorted from this rejection on the trend line. We had another one earlier last week, and it's kind of stalled at the same spot it did the first time we shorted, at a first take profit at 0.74500. And so our ideal scenario is to close below to go short, continue trading with the trend since it's down. Alternatively, we could look for buys. I wouldn't mind, looking for buys from this level, because it is the CADCHF and it doesn't move too much. From here to here is only 30 pips. So even if we do long to here, the overall risk exposure we'd be getting is not worth to enter 30 pips. If there's any pair suggestions you have, let me know. The pound burned us last week, so I don't really even want to look at it. Euro NSD. This is cool. So Euro NSD has, whoever traded this last week got a nice short, by the way, from here. Yeah, Euro NSD could be setting up for another short for us. Yeah, the weekly will probably show this best. But yeah, if we go on the weekly, you can see our resistance zone come back into play. And what happened 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks before, we kind of pushed back up on this bullish candle. We had this bearish candle rejection, so we had the push, the rejection. It's looking like we're gonna go back up for that retest, and obviously it's on a weekly candle, so I don't think we're gonna get there by the end of the week. But if we do get there, we can look for a break above, and we can swing along it. Is there any targets for the swing along? This would be one of them, because you can see the euro has gained against the New Zealand dollar. This is what I was looking at a few weeks ago with this candle, but we never got a close above. But if we do, oh man, this is a pretty good swing setup to go long. So yeah, this and gold could be nice plays for us this week. Take a few trades and make sure they're winners, and get back on a win streak. But hopefully gold can pop. EURUSD can pop up somewhere here by the end of the week. Ideally midweek, but if not, end of this week, so we can enter next week. But this could be a nice play for us. Too bad there's no Euro news to kind of drive this up, but EURUSD, long bias is there for me going into this week and even next week. That is if we do get the break above our blue support region, resistance region. What's up, guys? What's up, Jared? Investing.com is a pretty good site. Daily FX Street, they're all pretty good resources to use. One more. EURCAD. Let's see. Oh, so this was a EURCAD. Someone asked for shorts. I think this played out 2 weeks ago. And then I think last week on Friday, someone asked for EURCAD, and this is the long setup I gave them, and I think it did hit the final take profit. Similar to EURUSD, I do have a long bias. Yeah, so we could definitely long EURCAD, continue going higher. The only thing we'd have to watch out for is a close above this blue region. It's been a nice resistance region. We need to close above. Our first take profit is 1.47 thousand. Okay, 1.47 thousand, and that's 40 pips from here. And that's not a bad first take profit, especially if you're going to swing long. It stops just below here, and you're going to go to, looking to the left, we got to look for a nice resistance to target. I'd say right here, 1.49253, and I think going on a weekly should show this, because if we look, this red trend line is our monthly trend line, and if we zoom in, you can see on the weekly, this weekly candle has become it's almost become a sneaky bullish engulfing, but it's a pretty nice candle to print off a trend line, to signify some upward movement. We may not get a full move up to here, but we'll get a nice chunk. And since we did break outside of this this trend line on the weekly, it is looking like we're going to be shifting momentarily to go long. Obviously, we know what's happening with the euro, and I think the monthly will show you guys what we're talking about. So on the monthly, you can see our perfect 1 touch, 2 touch, and our 3rd touch of the trend line. If we look at this blue line, from analysis, 1.44119 has been a nice support. Here has been resistance here. Looking to the left, support here. So anytime we've dropped below this previous support, when we closed above, we did have a rally back to the top side. So that's what we'll be taking advantage of. I'm just going to be looking for the entry on the 1 hour. And that'd be a close above this blue region. Ideally, a close, retest, and rejection. So if we look to the left, we did have a close before, but whenever we came to retest, we never got that rejection above the highs. So that's when we're looking for to go long. And I think that'll be a good setup to enter, especially with Powell speaking pretty much every day. EURCAD could be a nice trade to be safe and out of the news. So Monday sessions are pretty brief, to the point, not really forcing anything, but there's our biases. EURCAD, EURUSD long, EURUSD could go either way, might be a potential short off the trend line. Gold, we're looking to go lower, and yeah, so I'll see the paid guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Get some entries then. So if you're a free user, this is where your session stops. We'll see you guys again Friday, where we see how the week went. So Have a great day, guys. It is Monday, so take it slow. I'm RP Forex. I'm logging off. Have a great day. Peace.